Too. He's on the Bowie tour. Ben Ohm caught up with Pete through the week. But first, let's have a look at Frampton on stage with Bowie.
When David asked you to do the tour, did you know what you were letting yourself in for?
I had an inkling because I'd seen sort of drawings that he'd done, and he would, while we were doing the record, which is where when he asked me. So I had an idea, but not to what it actually turned out to be.
Earlier this year, late last year, you had some material out of your own.
Right.
Was it a hard decision to make to commit yourself to doing a world tour with your own career back on the track again?
Not really. It was obviously after having a record out after a gap, as far as the public were concerned, of 4 years, the Premonition album, and then a short tour of America. It would be obvious, I think, to everybody that I would be going straight back into the studio when I got the material to do another one, and that's what I was planning. But when this thing came up with David, first the record and then him asking me to follow it through and do the tour, it was just, I got this great feeling that I just really wanted to do it. It was to be able to play in a band, lead guitar, which is what I love to do most, with David around the world. Something that I personally wasn't able to do at this time on my own.
You and David actually went to school together?
Yes.
Years and years ago. Did you, were you friends with each other at school?
On a musical level, we got together because I'd found out before, my father was his art teacher, so I'd found out the gen on who was into music. So it was, I went straight to Dave and said, oh, I'll play. And so he was a couple of years older than me then, and he still is. But when you're 12 and someone's 14, they might, you might as well be 6 and they might as well be 20. I mean, there's a lot of years apart, as it were, at that time. So we basically hung out on a musical level, them teaching me Buddy Holly and Eddie Cochran numbers.
Oh, really? So you actually got a bit of a band together?
Well, there was an end-of-term concert. I was only at the school for a year, where Dave's band, which was called George and the Dragons, was the headliner, and I had my own band called the Little Ravens, but we shared drummers, because there was only one decent one at the school. So.
It was only a small school?
Yes.
Now, after the enormous success of Frampton Comes Alive and I'm in You, you took a 4-year break. Was it a 4-year break from music, or just from the public sphere?
No, it was from the public. I think that I had decided to really take the time to take off from the road and making a record so that I could actually spend time with my family and get back to doing normal things as opposed to living out of a suitcase or living in a studio.
What sort of things did you do?
Went shopping, I mean, things you don't even think about. I mean, just got back into doing family things. But during that period, I mean, we moved house and things like that. So I got to spend a lot of time with saw my child grow. I mean, she's 4.5 now, so I spent the first 4 years of her life sort of there all the time, which was really good. Because when I'm away, I'm away. So that was good. But during that period, I was doing a lot of writing, a lot of guitar playing, a lot of practicing, a lot of working with other people. No, I've just been sort of trying to put my feet back on the ground and work out what are the most important things to me. And obviously, music is very important. But after the success of the Frampton Comes Alive, the image that got portrayed left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, to say the least. And this was just a period of reorientation of me and music, and that's the most important thing.
You also had an experience in movies with the Sgt. Pepper's thing. Would you like to do something like that again?
Like that? No. No, but I'm not saying that I won't do something.
Sure.
I would love to do something, but it would be absolutely nothing like can we say it? Sgt. Pepper. There, he said it. It'll be nothing like that. It'll be something on it'll be the character most furthest away from a rock musician as possible. Maybe an astronaut or something.
Now, at the completion of this tour, what's the Peter Frampton schedule?
Well, it's pretty tight. I should be...
Weddings, parties and evenings.
Sorry?
Weddings and parties?
Yes, I'll be playing a few weddings when I get back. Really, it's our writing period, finishing writing for the album. Hopefully I can manage to do that in a couple of months. I'm not going to rush, but I don't want to hang about. I would like to have something out in June. I mean, that's the first feasible month it could be together. And I'm now talking with producers and players and things like that.